Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're doing another creating new football shirts. And I'll be honest, this one is a big one, a big team. One of the biggest teams in the world. Celtic. Glasgow Celtic? I don't know how to say their name. I mean, I call them one of the biggest club in the world, and I don't even know how to pronounce their name or what their actual name is. But still, Celtic is one of the biggest clubs in the history of world football. And once again, I asked a friend of mine, his favorite club is Celtic. I kind of was expecting him to say Celtic, but I still asked him to choose a team from the teams that we haven't done before, and he chose Celtic. And I have put a poll on this channel asking what ex-team of Ronaldo you would want. And I'm just gonna wait for a few more days to see at the results of that. So keep waiting for it. It will eventually come, that video. But well, Celtic is very known for their green and white stripes that run horizontal lines that run over the shirt. And I'm personally a big fan about their tradition of using this. But I still needed to find a way to make it different than usual. And I did quite the opposite. Because I really like what they've done in their home shirt of this season. With using the collar and the Adidas 3 stripes and the sleeve cuffs. And making them black, because I think it works quite well. But then I still tried to do something different. I tried to making the sleeves full like one color. I didn't think that worked. I just thought it looked weird. Then let's be honest, you have to have green stripes. Once again, every single time I give a team a striped shirt, I need to have their socks be striped as well. I just think it works. I just think it looks great. But we continue, and I tried finding a Celtic pattern to put across the lines because it just works. And this Celtic pattern that you can quite easily find in this FIFA Crit Creator app, I think it works really well. I just had to make the colors look a bit different, make it a bit lighter, but because it's a lighter color at least than the actual green stripes, I think it worked. I think it looks really good. Then I only had to add the numbers on the back, and of course I made them Joel and number 25. And that's how we made the home shirt. And I'm personally a big fan with this because I think it's just a little bit better than their actual home shirt for this season. Just a little bit. Because I think their new one looks quite like a lot of bacteria. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest here. I feel quite guilty of making this shirt. And you'll see why in a second. But I feel quite bad because the shirt that I'm gonna make now is basically one of the easiest shirts to make ever. I made a blackout shirt. For you guys that don't know, if you collect football shirts, you definitely know. But blackout shirts are basically football shirts that are completely black with only a few little changes, like the pattern being a bit of a different color, and the sponsor and logos on the shirt being a bit reflective almost. I mean, Dortmund is the team that's most well known for using a blackout shirt, but I just think Celtic is basically one of the teams that I would expect to have a blackout shirt. I don't know if they have one because a lot of teams have done so in the past. But I really think this looks great. Like I made the logo and sponsor and the Adidas lines and the color and the sleeve cuffs all a bit more gray than the black of the shirt. And I just think it works, man. I don't know why. I just think it looks amazing. And like I said, I feel bad because it's basically the easiest kit to make, because you just have to make everything black and make the color and you just have to make a few small changes, nothing special really. So because of that, I tried putting a bit of green lines in it, a dark green line, so that it's still a blackout kit, but it would have a green tint. It didn't work in my opinion. It just didn't. Tried the Celtic nuts, but I thought, you know what, that doesn't work at all behind the logos, because it's basically the same color and it just shows too much if you do that. So I decided not to use it. I tried quite a while to use it, but eventually I thought, you know what, this actually looks great. And I tried changing it quite a lot because I thought it didn't look good. But the longer it was on the shirt, the more I liked it. And eventually, basically, this kit was created. And I'll be honest, if Celtic would release this kit and I was a Celtic fan, I would immediately buy it. Like, no doubt in my mind that I would buy it. Blackout shirts are basically the easiest to make, but they're also one of the best looking shirts. So that's the reason why I made it. And the third shirt that we're going to be making is basically going to be a rip-off of one of the shirts from Celtic that I like the most. Basically the 2006-2007 fourth shirt and the 2007-2008 third shirt. They're both the same shirt, but they were just used differently. Basically, I think that's one of Celtic's best shirts, with the Carling sponsor and the two-colored line going across the badge down to the end of the shirt. And I personally just think it's the best. It's basically one of the best shirts they'll ever have. Even though it isn't probably as light as in and around the world as much as I like it, but I mean, I'm making a video, so who actually cares? I just made a slight little change and I went on to basically make the green black because I thought it looked better, in my opinion. And it's my opinion, of course. So you can disagree with it, but I don't really care if you do. So I added a normal logo, not the outlined logo, because I just thought it would look better. And I had to add a few border lines across the sponsor because I mean, it just doesn't really look as well when you just have a black sponsor going onto a black line, because you can't read the sponsor, and it wouldn't be what sponsors do on shirts basically. Then of course the numbers on the back had to be changed. I made them the same yellow color as one of the lines had, and I'm personally a big fan of how this looks, and I would be quite happy with this, using just this, but I thought, you know what, that's too easy, so I had to try and think of something more. Because basically, as you can probably tell, these clips aren't as fast as they normally are in my videos, because usually I just make every single clip go at like 2 times the speed, because I take quite a long time. But with Celtic, I kind of knew what I wanted from the shirts, so it didn't take me long at all. So basically what you're seeing here is how long I actually took making these shirts, and it's about 10 to 20 minutes that I actually did, because the first shirt actually took me a while to get. But this shirt is almost done. We only had to get another pattern, because I mean, every single shirt needs a pattern in my opinion. Sometimes you don't, of course, but I like it more when the shirt has a pattern. Then the only thing left to do was show this third kit, and I'm pretty happy about it. It's quite classy. It's kind of a retro feel. It kind of has a retro feel, let's be honest. But let's keep going and go into the ranking of my shirt. And so basically, for the guys that don't know, that just joined this channel, at the end of every single video, I basically make a ranking of the shirts that I like the most from this video, from worst to the one I like the most, basically. So let's get straight into this. And in third place is the third shirt. I'm personally still a big fan of it, but I just think that the other 2 shirts are just a bit better than this one. Still really like it though, like the classic look, and I think it works really well. And in second place is the home shirt. Really like it. Of course, when you see it, it just is a Celtic shirt, and I'm really happy about it. I just think that one kit is better. And last and definitely not least, of course, because this is number 1, is the blackout shirt. Blackout shirts are just perfect example of clubs creating great kits, and this is one of them, but not the club creating it, I'm creating it. So if you enjoyed this video, I please want to ask you to like and subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know what teams I should do next, and I'll see you around. Goodbye.